more than 30 years, Canada and Denmark had a friendly argument about a tiny island called Hans Island near Greenland. This island is only about 1.3 square kilometers in size. In 1973, Canada and Denmark decided where their sea borders were, but they didn't mention Hans Island. Instead of fighting over it, they chose to make it fun. They started a tradition of leaving a bottle of their country's liquor on the island whenever their officials visited. This showed they claimed the island but also celebrated their culture. In 1984, Canadian military people went to Hans Island and left Canadian Club whiskey with a note saying, "Welcome to Canada." Denmark responded by leaving schnapps with a note saying, "Velkommen til Danmark," "Welcome to Denmark." This was the start of a tradition that went on for many years. They continued to visit the island, leaving bottles and notes. Sometimes the notes were playful, and other times they were friendly. This tradition became famous worldwide and showed that even in disagreements, countries can use humor and friendship instead of fighting. The island became a symbol of their strong and friendly relationship. In 2005, Canada and Denmark decided to work together to settle the island's ownership. They submitted their claims to the United Nations. In 2018, they reached an agreement. Canada got the east, and Denmark got the west. Even though the island's ownership was clear, they still kept their tradition of leaving bottles on the island. It showed their lasting friendship and the power of humor and diplomacy in international relations. In the end, the playful dispute over Hans Island between Canada and Denmark, lasting more than 30 years, shows how nations can use humor and friendship in diplomacy. That began as a simple exchange of liquor bottles on a remote island turned into a symbol of cooperation. Even after settling the ownership, the tradition continues, reminding the world that diplomacy can be effective and enjoyable even in unusual situations.